Boom! What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Eppy's Chop Shop. And today, I'm being indecisive. I don't know if I want to work on Sandy or if I want to work on the S10. You know, I have something I can do on either of them. Neither of them should cost me any money. So, heads, we're going to work on Sandy. Tails, we're going to work on the F100. No, those are both the same thing. How about heads, we're going to work on the F100. Tails, we're going to work on the S10. Jesus. No cheating. What do we got? It's heads. We're working on Sandy. I was feeling like I was neglecting Sandy a little bit, so I started working on her anyways the other day. I built one of her fender well exit headers. I've got some final welding to do, but that's what we're going to address on this episode. Actually, we are going to do this side. And I haven't ordered my steering shaft yet, but as you can see, I just taped a jack handle in the place of the steering rod. So I think just as long as I come over it, I think we're going to be alright. But one thing I do know that I want to do is I'm about ready for a beer. So I think I'm going to crack a beer, finish weld this side just to get my welding gears turning. And yeah, man, we're just gonna this side is gonna be way more complicated because this side I didn't have to modify anything. In fact, I didn't even build it in the truck. I built it on the 260. I just kind of popped a squat right here, bolted a flange to this side, and just started welding because I knew that it was going to fit. This side, I have to modify because we have to go over that steering rod. The dude from Mad Dog Headers was kind enough to send me some extra pipe. This is all extra, so that should be plenty enough. Those are my headers. So I'm going to grab a beer, I'm going to finish burning this other side in, and then you're probably going to watch me struggle bus like actually building a set of headers, because I'm going to have to do some major cutting and rearranging of this stuff, because that steering shaft is right where my headers need to be. So here we go, guys. And again, judge me if you want. Still definitely learning welding and have never built a set of headers. So obviously need to run this over a grinder, make sure this flange is flattened back out, because I'm sure it's nice and warped from all the heat. But you know, I'm pretty happy with the way these turned out. I'm not going to complain at all. I don't think they're going to leak. I may have gotten a little bit carried away, in fact, going back and reburning some stuff just to make sure, but I didn't want to have to do it twice because of the fact that I am a novice. But just kind of burned up here a little bit to give them some extra bracing. And then the one thing I wish the kit did come with, I don't know if you can see in there or not, you end up with like a rectangle in the center where your pipes all come together. Can I get you in there? Yeah, I just filled it in with weld. So there's that. I'm going to clean these up and shoot them with, probably going to go white, just in like typical gasser fashion, like period correctness. Hit them with some of that white ceramic coat, get them hot, kind of half-ass bake it, and hopefully it'll stay on until I actually fire it up and get them hot enough to cure it. But at this point in time, we gotta roll Sandy out here, because like I said, we gotta build this on the truck. So let's send it. Real quick, guys, before I do carry on, just wanted to touch base with you on the giveaway. I've only had 2 people join the giveaway. In fact, one of them have already won. Not that I don't care. I mean, he's a loyal fatherer. He's like a father to me. Woo! Anyway, I've got the EGR delete kit that we were giving away for your Cummins. I've had 2 people enter. All you got to do is go to the Eppy's Instagram page, share the post, tag me in it. That's all you got to do. You don't have to buy nothing. You don't have to scratch my back. You don't have to give me a handy. Nothing. Just share my page. Try and help me grow. Much appreciate it. Again, only 2 people have entered. Alright. Let's try to start making this fit. I've got our flange in already, and the passenger side yeah, the passenger side is hitting right there, or is at least very close to it. So that's what I'm going to kind of use to get this one mocked up and get me where I want to. It looks as though I'm going to need to cut this one flush. I'm not quite sure why it's at a hard angle like that, but because I have to modify the back two, I'm going to have a lot of wiggle room. So long as these jump down in a similar area as this side, I'm going to be okay. In fact, I'm going to bolt that back in real quick so I can kind of jump back and forth, because I don't want it to look completely different as to where they dump. I mean, the headers themselves are going to be completely different, but I want it to at least dump in a similar location. Okay, so moving along here. So I've trimmed that one piece, and our next obstacle, if you haven't noticed, the flanges are rectangle-ish, and our pipe is obviously round. So bear with me here, because I am very much not a professional. However, I did find a pretty easy way to do this, so check it out. So what I do is I mock up my pipe and I make a mark where my top is going to be. And you know, with it being round, it's kind of hard to, you know, get it exactly. But you'll have a little bit of wiggle room when you get it in the flange. But I just simply take it, smash it, and my vise here, but that does leave the top still round. So there's another step that I do, and where did it go? Here did it go? They're both right here. They're both right here. I just take my ball peen hammer, stick it in my vise, give it a few. Being clamped in the vise makes it keep the sides square, while also making the top square. And I had really good luck doing this on the other side. And just come over here, do the same thing on this side. And you might have to do that a time or two. Oh, that is not a good example. I smashed the shit out of that one, but nothing we can't fix. This is still actually going to work okay. Just a little bit of heat and a hammer, and we'll pull that right back out. Boom. Like I said, a few taps with a hammer. Got it more in the shape that I wanted, and we're on the tripod here. So, right in there. Right in there. I got some wiggle room. Why am I filming so hard today? Why am I making this so hard on myself? Try it without the freaking tripod in the way. My God, it's my first YouTube video. Anyway, rectangle. Rectangle. In the hole. Look at that. That fits nice too. What you think about that? So clean that up. We can attack it. I don't think we're going to get as close to the firewall as we did on the other side, which is fine. In fact, the other side I'd prefer to be a little more forward, but I think we're going to stick a little tack here and make sure we're avoiding all of our stuff, and just keep on keeping on. Anyway, I'm going to pull this in here, make sure it's inserted all the way. Shoot it in an area where I think we're going to have plenty of room. Don't want to take away our turn radius either. Also want to look similar to the other side. Another one of those. Rigid. It's pretty rigid. On to the next one. This guy I've trimmed a little bit off twice now, and I'm gonna try and tuck it in as close as I can to this guy. Just gotta keep in mind that we have our collector down here. I have to try and make all these kits at the end, so do gotta keep that in mind. I think once I rectangle this and slide it in there, it's gonna be perfect. Okay, get a little tack on here. This is gonna be our last easy one, because after this, we have to go over the shaft and just not gonna be as easy as I wish it was gonna be. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I can't get my welder. That actually looks pretty nice down there. I'm trying to do it with my left hand, you idiot. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. I like it. Boom. Alright, let's grab number 3. Thus far, where they have the part number labeled has been... Oh, that might not be horrible. Let's get both of them. Get both of them. Oh, dude, I think I'm gonna get lucky on the back one. Actually, I think the only one I'm really gonna have to fuck with is just this middle one, and that's probably because the way that I'm kind of cheating here. I'm sure these pipes I think are supposed to tuck down a little bit lower, but because I need to clear this and I want to make sure that I have enough room. Oh, it fell. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I still got room. I taped my jack stand on the top of the steering rack down here to compensate for like any extra room or swivel that I might have. I still have room. I still have room. See, I didn't tape it very well. Man, I feel like it's going to be a lot of work to make that extra little jog. This one is not going to be a big deal. This guy, man, if it just had a little more of a bend in it. I feel like it's going to be a lot of effort just to make that little jog. I'm probably making this out to be way less than it is. This guy's perfect. In fact, we might go ahead and get this guy in. And then we'll figure this out. You do the hammer and vise thing a couple times, guys. You start to get good at it. So I'm actually going to have to elongate this back one. And of course, I can't squeeze this guy in there. But I just need basically like 3 inches. So in order to tie in up front, right here where I want to be, I'm going to get away with just lengthening it a little bit. Just 3 inches what I need. It's plenty enough to satisfy your mom. There's your mom joke for this episode. And I think that's going to slide right in there, just like I do your mom. Another one. That worked out alright, guys. See, it's not quite perfect down here. On the other side, what I did to pull everything together for the collector is I just took a couple hose clamps and ran them around the flanges and pulled everything in real tight, and that was all that I needed to make that happen. For whatever reason, this one seems to may have gotten a dent or something in it. It doesn't seem to be quite as flared out as the other one, so I'm sure this one's going to fight me. But for this side, it kind of just is what it is. But at this point in time, I need this guy to go right here. And I think we'll be golden. So I'm going to have to do kind of an aggressive jump here. Might just go ahead and kind of come up high. Just go ahead and like Z it, if you would. Or Z or an S. I don't know. Let's see what we can make happen here. Let's cut some random pieces. Rinky-dink thing. Basically took 2 small bends and just cut them. Got the jump up right here. That's going to lay me basically right above that. And then if I can do all this at the same time, you have to trim this obviously. But I think that's going to put us up right where I want to be. Ooh, I ain't mad at that. Again, by no means am I the greatest welder. I could have maybe kicked it over and closed up this gap a little bit. We'll just trim this guy flush, do our little zip tie thing. I'm probably going to shoot a few more tacks on there, pull this off, and I'm probably gonna hang it on the 260. In all honesty, it's gonna allow me to work on this a lot more easy. But yeah, I'm gonna shoot a good more tacks on there, and we'll pull this thing off. Let's get these out of here. I'm sure they're gonna be nice and hot, and the headers are in the way now. So there's that. Yeah, buddy. Looks like a set of headers. Let's get these hung on the 260 real quick. It just holds it in place. Those are warm. Just holds it in place real good for me. So I can get this collector burned on, because again, very novice. I'm sure there's better ways I could do this. In fact, for whatever reason, I didn't notice I turned my heat down on my welder, so my welds on this header actually look worse than the other header, but we'll make sure we do pretty welds on the inside. Get these guys on here too, so we get the full effect. Oh yeah, the welds over here are so much better than I just did. So much better. I was drinking when I built the other set. I think pound a couple beers real quick, turn the music up. I think maybe that's what my problem is. I'm in here sober and stressed. I've been stressing out doing that other side for a long time, because you know, Sandy is basically my learning how to do like literally everything project. So, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dope. Got my hose clamp on there. Got everything tucked in real nice together. Like I said, guys, there might be a better way to do it, but that worked damn well for me. And at this point in time, I'm hoping to take my collector and my rubber mallet that I thought I just had, and I'm hoping, yeah, and this collector isn't quite perfect, but you know, nothing else on this is either, so you know. Oh, we're going, oh yeah, we're going in there for shout. We were. There she goes, guys. I didn't quite cut all of the pieces equally, and this guy was just long enough. It was taking up some of the room that this one wanted, and then I just used my heavy purse as opposed to my rubber purse, and she went right on there. So at this point in time, I have a bunch of welding to do, and I'm going to proceed to pound some beers and do some welding, get me a nice tan. I will give you one more little tip as I am carrying on here, though, guys. Is obviously you want to weld these on the inside using the tools that we had. They're not the best, but well, this is easily the best. This we can just burn all the way around. We got a little gap right here, and especially right here. So if you come through and burn in basically where it's close, this metal is going to get hot. And then we can just take our ball peen hammer and just smack this with the ball side, and it'll literally form the rest of the way into the flange. It's pretty much banana easies. It's easy. Now, can you tell I'm drinking now? Uh-huh. Boom! Here we go, guys. I got on the other side. I burned up in here and up in. I have some more to do yet, but yeah, buddy. Kind of see like when I was YouTubing sober welding versus when I started blaring music and kind of hanging out welding. I have a couple spots on here that aren't my proudest moment, but dude, let's slap these on there, and maybe tomorrow I'll finish welding these up, and I think I might need some matte gas or something, get some heat in them, or I might even wait to do that till later. I don't know, because it'll probably be a while. Engine's going to come out a couple more times probably. I have other fabricating to do. I might just wait to paint them, but then they're going to rust. I don't know, man. You guys know I don't know what I'm doing. Let's get these boogers in here. We only really need one for the full effect, right? I would like to have it sitting about where it would be. Our crown jewel here, our partially polished Offenhauser tunnel ring. I'm going to build that header on there all the way over tight. I'm just trying to mock it up so I can see how it looks. I don't want to have to build the whole fucking engine. Bloop. Bloop. Falling if we can. Maybe repaint it anyways, but dude, this thing is starting to turn out to be awful pretty. Everyone's like, man, you need to run a hood, and I'm like, I don't think I do. I don't think I do need to run a hood. Look at that. Look at that. Would you cover this up? I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna run a hood or not, guys. Get in there. You too good for your home. There we go. Oh, maybe if I was putting it in the right direction, it might want to go in. Boom. Oh, dude. Dude. Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir. Man, that's starting to look good. Wow. All right, guys. So it's like a week later, as per usual. Just went and ran my errands and picked up everything I think I need to get this mainly finished. I've got a little final welding to do on that side, but also I do want to go ahead and I think do my turnouts. And I think I have just enough metal laying around in my scrap pile that I think I can make something happen here. Obviously not this piece, but I want to turn out right out here. Why am I zoomed in? Let me zoom out. I think I want to, well, somewhere around here-ish. And then we got our flange. So I want to be somewhere near the fender, not too close to the tire, not too close to the fender, but closer to the fender, if that makes any sense. And I need to be kind of careful about the way that I do this, because my cab is just a smidgen off. We are not bolted down yet. It's real close. It's real close. I don't think enough to where it's really going to matter how I set it up. But I think I'm going to grab my wire wheel and, just like we did with the S10, continue recycling Sandy's old exhaust, and I'm hoping this is going to be enough to make it happen. I don't have, a long run to make, so I think if I just cut these straight through here, right in the center, I think that's going to be enough. And then plus, I have basically 2 45s if I need, but that's about what we're looking at, guys. And then I was tossing around if I wanted to go white on the headers, like, they traditionally did in gassers, and I was like, not a whole lot of white on the truck besides the roof. It kind of might match the roof. I kind of like the bare metal look. They do make it clear. Then I put the clear back in my cart because I wanted to go white, and the first store didn't have white. And then I go to the second store, and they don't have either of those colors. But at that point in time, I kind of groaned on the bare metal look. So we go with aluminum. Aluminum is bare metal, right? That way at least, because you can see, not so much on this one, but on this one, where my grubby hands were on it and everything, I need to get some sort of protection on there. So we're gonna ceramic coat them. Hopefully I have enough MAP gas to get those hot enough to set it up a little bit until I can fire it up and they genuinely bake. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna cut this in half and just kind of start finagling, and I'll kind of check in as I'm making some progress. Man, guys, just these 90s are almost perfect. They're just a smidgen short, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do some extra welding and extend it because they come out like right where I want, but in my opinion, a bit short because it's gonna be tucked up in there a little bit, and I think I would prefer it to be sticking out just a little bit. Something like right there, just past the body. For two reasons. A, I think it looks cooler. B, I think if it's in here, it's already gonna be fumey, but I feel like if it's not coming out past the body, it's gonna be particularly fumey. So these 90s are gonna work perfect. I'm just gonna have to extend them ever so slightly. So, still kinda in the test fitting and brainstorming part here, guys. You're gonna knock my damn weed whacker down. But you just go ahead and lay down. Fuck you. I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and take the truck off of the rollers, because the truck doesn't totally lay body. It gets real damn close. But I don't want to smash and bend up my headers when I'm actually sitting on the ground. It's not going to be that big of a deal to cut a little bit of that off where we currently sit. Like I said, I would hate to finish this up and then air out and then just fucking smash everything. So that's tucked close to the fender though, the way that I wanted it. I just want it out a little further. Alright, let's see if we smash this or not. Maybe. Let's see if we smash this or not. I don't have any fingernails. Oh, damn, are we just barely gonna clear? That's on the frame. That's as low as she go. That's as low as she goes. That's kind of perfect, actually. Yep. I think it just needs to just come out a couple inches. Just past the body line there, and I think I'm gonna be happy. Yeah, buddy. I like that. I like that. That's gonna make the neighbors mad. Probably just enough of an extension on it too. I won't lose a bunch of power. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you run just like legit open headers, it ruins the scavenging effect of the headers. You need like, I think it's like 10 or 12 inches to, you can either, I think it's actually gain power in just this little gap right here. But if you're just open headers, I think it's like 15, 20 horsepower. I've seen dyno sessions lose. So this is not just a cool factor. This is actually important to making this engine make some relevant fun power. But also, looks cool as fuck. Yes, sir. Yep, we won't smash that on a fucking speed bump and be mad as fuck later. Got the other side all tacked in, guys. And obviously this side is way different than the other side. So was the dump tube or extension, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of quite a bit longer. But I mean, the header shape is completely different. I do have a little bit of work I'm going to have to do right there, because when you cut on bends, the diameter of the pipe is ever so slightly different. But you know, we've done worse, and I'm again quite happy with where this is coming out at. So at this point in time, guys, we got to pull these off again, full weld them, and get them ceramic coated. So I'm gonna kick on some music, and when we come back, probably be slapping on some paint. Before we tear those headers off and do some welding, guys, you guys want a little S10 sneaky picky? These mirrors, they're all broke. Fuck that. I think we're just gonna, I don't know if we're gonna shave them, like full-blown burn them in and shave them, or if I'm gonna try and weld some nuts in the back of these and bolt these in, and then just do some like motorcycle mirrors or something like that. Or maybe to go like a Euro style and maybe put some mirrors up here on the fender. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming. Mighty Mouse, come on, sir. Hey, 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 hey. Come on. Come on. Come on, we got work to do. Anyways, back to Sandy. Alright. I'm not gonna hear a fan in the background. I don't know. I don't care. It's hot as balls out here. Let's see how hard these are to take off. And later, guys, I'll probably build some sort of bracket to help support some of this weight because they're gonna get hot, and in theory that's gonna soften the metal. But as of right now, like I said a little bit ago, just from me touching them and everything, they're starting to get some surface rust on them. And you know, we still have to blow this whole truck apart, final weld everything, do a bunch of final finishing. So I would just like to get some sort of coating on these. You know something I learned the other day too? I'll share it with you. I'll have to get you the part number in a later episode. But I found out I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on an aftermarket distributor. This is the points distributor actually out of the 260, but you can take the DuraSpark and either use different ends on your spark plug wires and take off the adapter plate of the DuraSpark and use the top of a points distributor. Or again, I'll get you the part number. I believe it's an international distributor cap. You just take off the adapter and bolt that cap right on. It leaves you with your female end. That's the route we're going to go. Really save us some room because the tunnel ram's in the way. Woo! Let's just break your tacks, dummy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Wow! There you go, guys. This one's still nice and toasty because of my mediocre welding abilities. I didn't grind anything down. You know, this is a down dirty kind of ratty truck anyways. Nothing's perfect. And again, I didn't want to take any like structural integrity out of my, I mean, some of the welds are pretty good. Some of them. Not all of them. Most of them are not. But yeah, that one's hanging, still nice and toasty. I got this one out here, cooking in the sun. I might go ahead, still a little bit tacky. I don't know if I'm gonna bang them on today or tomorrow. I might give them a chance to actually set up. I don't want my grubby dick beaters all over them, but getting close to wrapping this episode up, guys. Pretty much as soon as we bolt them headers on, get to see what they look like. That's it. Ooh, guys, I got the headers on, but I want to show you the distributor thing that I was talking about earlier real quick. And it just so happens the aftermarket Excel wires that I have are actually for a male head distributor cap, so I'm going to be able to just use the cap that I have. So check this out. You see, I can't use my DuraSpark distributor because of the tunnel ram. It won't go in, at least not when the intake manifold is pulled up to where it's supposed to be. It's just not going to work. So, what's this? So we got our DuraSpark. We're going to take off just the regular DuraSpark cap. Our rotor. I don't know if the rotor from the points distributor will work or not. There is a part number for that too. That I don't have off the top of my head. It was just another video that I came across. And then you take off this adapter. That's all this is apparently, is an adapter. Take off the points cap. It's got the male ends on it. Is that rotor just gonna go right on this guy? That might not. That might be the one part I gotta. Nope. So it faces. We're gonna hold it right there. Just make sure the rotor's facing the same approximate area, or we'll buy that other one. Oh, that's where it goes. I'll be. It's actually a lot more stable too. This one has a lot of play in it. This one does not. And then our cap, supposedly, well, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, the guy wasn't lying. Look at that. It's a Duraspark. Female, it's still a female. Still a female end. And this is, which one's male? Is it backwards? Am I saying this backwards? I am. So the factory one's male. This one's female. There is a part number for a male of this distributor cap. I may or may not still use it. I just kind of wanted to show you this to you guys. I thought it was pretty cool, and I have it on wrong. I have it on wrong. That's why that one fit me. Funked me a little. There's a little notch to clear your vacuum advance right here that I neglected to pay attention to. Oh, that fits way more good. Way more good. And also, I may have lied to you again. I don't remember. I don't remember if these are male or female because these are just mocked up. There's no ends in them. But one way or another, you can convert your big old fat in the way Duraspark into a not so big Duraspark. Ooh, look at those headers, y'all. Putting our now tiny Duraspark distributor in. Just cause. Boom! Look at that. Get those plug wires over. Knock stuff all over. Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir. Shit, yeah. Dude, that's so perfect. I'm pretty stoked. Again, not the prettiest welds, but just look at the cool factor, man. I mean, you can sit around being meticulous and really just being anal about stuff and be on social media whining and crying that everyone's stuff isn't perfect. Or you can be out in the garage making progress, building something cool. And I mean, just imagine when this thing pulls up to a car show and I park it next to a Lamborghini with my open headers blowing pebbles and rocks all over that douchebag. Yes, sir. That's about where we're gonna wrap this up, guys. God, that looks good. That looks good. It's good. It's good. But yeah, that's about it. Finances have gotten a smidgen tight. I do have an S10 episode coming up. Like I just said, I got those mirror deletes. I may or may not do like a motorcycle mirror, try and make them work or something. I do have my lower ball joints and bushings coming in for the control arms, so we can start to finish building the front end. We still got to do our makeshift floorboards and rockers and stuff too. And I think my goal for that truck at this point is to have that on an autocross course before the end of the year. I'm saying that right now on YouTube. If I can pass tech inspection, I want to throw that around an autocross course here at Tire Rack locally at least once. I don't see any reason I can't do it. So I'm putting that challenge to myself right now. But, that's where you stand, guys. I'm done. I'm out of here.